Welcome to Level Up with CMJ. Hey, my name is Joe, and this is my Craps Master dice shooting journey. Let's make it yours too. Today's episode number 391 of the Level Up program and day number 101 of the Black Belt. If you're new to the program, this is about my daily practicing of shooting the dice at the craps table, as well as playing a blue-collar craps style of play. Today we're going to continue on with the Level Up challenge, and we have a starting bankroll today on Crapsee of $2,270. Our win goal today is $279. So hopefully we'll get to a $25.49 or more bankroll by the end of today. So if you make the win goal, today's win goal is $279. If you make that goal, make sure that you put in the chat that you made goal, and you can go to the cage. On the YouTube side of things, we got Jerry Mitchell checking in really early this morning. Good morning, Jerry. We got JR Joel, we got Kevin Scott, and Jeff and ND. So let's get her going here. We are moving up to level 4 of the program. We're going to start off with our cold table strategy, or our walk-up strategy. And it's essentially the horseman of the CMJ twist, and I'll explain it as we go forward. If you're playing along with Crapsee, make sure you click on that live tab, and that'll bring you right to the table that we're doing. And if you're in Crapsee, obviously you can't hear this, but try to switch over to the YouTube channel to watch the stream live as well. And I am also accepting tips for the dealer if you are interested on the Crapsee side of things. But we're going to continue on with the cross sixes set. And remember, we're doing 2,000 throws with this, so let's get all bets set. We got 10 people on Crapsee, we got 8 people watching on YouTube, so it is a slow start to a Monday morning. We'll go dice out to 6-2, 6-4. Cousin wants it. And we got a 4-4 hard 8 square pair to start off the day. So let's mark the point of 8. And I'll get that entered in the Crapsee here really quick. Good morning, Navaldo. So with the walk-up strategy, or the cold table strategy, what we're going to do is we're going to go with a $50 DC bet. So remember, we didn't do any line bets to start off with, so we didn't do any don't pass, no pass line, no nothing. So we're going to start with a DC. We got 5 young 4 checking in. Good morning. And we'll call this all bet set. 12 people on Crapsee, 8 people watching now on YouTube with 5 likes. Again, 6-2, 6-4. And that DC will obviously win on a 2-3. Push on a 12, we'll lose on a 7 or 11. Days out. Ooh, that left one jumped up and down. We got a Buckeye buckshot right away. 4-4 hard 8 again. So that DC bet's going to travel over to the 8, and I just knocked my camera over, damn it. Caught it with the stick. Let me get that switched and changed here, or fixed. Oh my God, that's a first. There we go. So hopefully that'll look better and be better, hopefully. Oh my God, I can't believe that happened. Okay, so let's get it entered in a Crapsee here. 4-4 hard 8 of the Buckeye buckshot. And again, that was an explosion on that left dice. Single pitch way on the right side. We'll get the dice back here, so that we're good to go. And DC traveled to the 8. So now what we're going to do is, since the DC is set, we're going to go 66 on the inside. We're going to turn those bets on. And we're also going to do a $25 pass line bet. So remember, the horseman portion of this is 4 units, 4 working units. So we have the $50 DC, and then we'll do 3 $25 comes. And we're putting that 66 inside to see if we can pick up some extra hits on the way through here. So good morning, Craig. And good morning, Coach Joe. So if you guys are just tuning in, I just had a wipeout of the landing zone camera. Remember that my cameras are on tripods that are on the table here, and that's the first time I caught it with the stick there in a long time. So It is what it is. 6264 dice out. Looking for a new point. This is shooter number 1. A little bit of a high bouncer. We have a 459, the hard 9, the Big Daddy Mac. So let's mark the point of 9. Well, that part is working good yet. That's good. I marked it as a 5-4. It's actually a 4-5. So mark it as a 4-5 in Crapsee. Good morning, John GT and Uncle Hoku checking in. Good morning to everybody. Starting to wake up everybody on a Monday morning and filter in. What we're going to do is we're going to take that the 5 and 9 bet down now. We're going to do another $25 combat. Oh my God, I didn't even do a combat though. Oh, we did a pass line. That's right. Okay. So we have a DC of 8. We have a combat, a 25, and a pass line 25 here. Good morning, Mike. And again, we'll go 6264 for our dice set. We'll call it all bet set. 16 people on Crapsee. Now we got 11 people, only 6 likes yet. So make sure you give that thumbs up if you are liking this content. And dice out. And we have a 2-1-3 ace deuce Alfredo sauce. So that is going to be that combat loser there. Which I guess isn't the worst. We'll see how it fares out though. Remember, we're doing a walk-up cold table strategy right now. So we're going to take that 6 and 8 bet down. So we have no box number bets now anymore. And this is going to be our last combat coming through. And then after that, we're going to wait for some of these bets to resolve before we consider doing anything different. So that's how the walk-up cold table strategy works. Good morning, Chris. Dice Steven checking in. So last night we had the crap chat. We also had Jeremy from Color Up's podcast, if you will. Crap chat went well, went about an hour and a half long. Had some very good discussions. So if you didn't check that out, make sure you check it out. And we have a couple people in the chat right now that was actually panelists or hosts of that show last night. So Craig from Obey Craps is on there. Chris from Dice Dijun was on there. And we got all bets set. Dice out 6264. And we got a 628. That would be the Duracell 8. And that's going to suck because it's going to knock off that DC. But it is what it is, I guess. Again, that walk-up table, cold table strategy, the goal of it is actually just to kind of keep you neutral, a little bit up, a little bit down, until you can figure out what's going on at the table and figure out how the shooters are going to be doing. So we've gotten 3 8s so far out of 5 rolls. So good morning, Wattage Live Craps. And we're not going to do any more bets now. We're going to wait till some of these results. We have a $25 combat on the 8. We have a $25 pass line bet on that 9. So see if we can hit that point and get a little bit of our money back. We're only down $54 so far here. There's time. And we got a 617, so that's going to hurt. That'll be the end of this roll, and we're going to lose all of our money that we had on there. So 6264 was the dice set. We got a 167 for the result. That is a 7. Ouch. And we'll be going on to shooter number 2. So that was a 6 roller, which is pretty much average of a roll. I'm going to jump into my regular strategy now, since we probably would have made a couple dollars on the regular strategy. We kind of know what's kind of going on here. Trade goes 6 rolls and 3 8s. He'll take it. So anyhow, no line bets here. No don't pass, no pass line. We'll go all bet set. 18 people on Craps. We've got 15 people watching, and dice out. Stick with the 6264 dice set, which is cousin 1 variety. And we have an ace deuce Alfredo sauce. So that's going to be a pass line loser on the come out. So we've thrown a couple of those already, 2 of those already, I think. Yep. And that was going to be a double pitch on the left side, explosion on the right side. So 1 pitch, 1 dice off axis, which is a normal result. Unfortunately, it came on the come out. Again, no line bets here. All bets set. And dice out. But a world bet winner, says Craig. So Craig is a big world bet on a person on come out. If I was playing a pass line, I would probably be doing a crap checks that I would have won on that. Dice out. And we got a 6-3-9 center field 9. So it's marked a point of 9. I'm going to top on that left side. It's going to be a single pitch towards us on the right side. So single pitch of the dice. Both dice are on axis there. So we have a point of 9 there. And what we're going to do now is we're going to go 220 on the inside. So that's going to be $50 on the 5 and 9, 60 on that 6 and 8. Remember, we're not doing any line bets here. And our goal now is to get a hit on the inside number. And if we get a hit on that, we're going to press that number as well as the sister number up. And then our goal after that is to hit get another hit with that pressed up number. And if the other inside numbers will hit, then we'll do a press on those. I'll explain it as we go. So 19 people in Crapsee. Let's go all bet set here. 6264. Dice out. And 0.7 out. Damn it. 617. So again, just starting off here, we're going to warm it up here. I looked at the record of the last 16 days that we've gone live, and we have a record of, the last 14 days, we have a record of 10 wins and 4 losses. So we are almost back up to that break even on our bankroll. A couple of days we took a pretty heavy hit. And if we do well today, we'll be above that break even from the start of this Crapsee table. So that's kind of our goal here going forward. This weekend, I had the opportunity to work on the table build a little bit. So hopefully this coming Sunday, I'll have a new video coming out. I ended up spending an extra $200 this weekend because I blew out I wrecked 2 different routers for wood where you're cutting grooves out of the wood. So so I bought, I burnt out one router and I bought a new one. It was a cheaper one, like 45 bucks. And I screwed that one up right away. Didn't even get to use it hardly. So I had to go buy a new one. And I spent like 160 bucks on that new one. So a little bit over $200. Plus I had to buy a new bit because I dropped the damn router bit and I cracked the carbide tips on it. So it's an expensive weekend. All bets set here. Dice out. Shooter number 3. Dice crossed right at the end. 3, 4, 7. So we're gonna change our energy levels here a little bit because obviously that 7 is coming up pretty often with that dice set. Or we need to change over to the cousin 2 set. Let's do that one. So let's change over to the cousin 2 set. That was a come out winner, pass line natural, by the way. So 3, 4, 7. We'll go over to 6, 4, 6, 2 now and see if that treats us a little bit better. He was talking about laying the 6 and 8 on the come out. I saw him mention that in the Craps chat last night as well, and his in the chat on there. 6, 4, 6, 2, dice out. Ooh, that left one jumped out and hit us again. 3, 5, 8, the grade 8. Let's mark the point of 8. Sorry, Navaldo, on that one. I normally do hit a 6 or 8 though on a come out, or 5 or 9. Usually my inside numbers are pretty strong here. So we're gonna mark that point of 8. That was a 6462 dice set here. Good morning, Victor. And again, we're going to go with a 6462. And Victor keeps on saying, use heavier dice, use heavier dice. I know he's doing some studies on that, but my argument to that, Victor, is that I'm trying to use whatever the casino uses, and so I don't get used to using something heavier just for the sake of rolling better on YouTube. I want to make sure I replicate as much as I can the real thing. But anyhow, we're going to go 220 on the inside again. So I do appreciate the suggestion in that, but we'll dice out. 6462, cousin two set. And we have a 3-3 hard, 6 to double D-Gen. So that's going to be hit number 1. And that's going to be a single pitch tortoise on the left side, explosion on the right side. So 1 dice off axis, which is a normal result for me. Good morning, Mel. 6462 is the dice set we're going to go with. And we are going to pressure that 6 and 8 up to $96. We're getting 6 and 8 of Crapsee, so it's easier. And we're going to call that all bet set. And let's go dice out 6462, cousin two set. Yeah, we have a 426, so that is perfect. We get out of the shooter right away, because that is one of our pressed up numbers. 6462 is a dice set. We got a 42. That's going to be primary on the front side on both dice. So we have $182 brought back to the rack. We're going to bring our bets down. And what we're going to do is we're going to go $48 on the 6 and 8. And we'll go 40 on that 5, I'm sorry. And then we're going to go with a $25 field bet. We use that field to populate across for the next 2 hits. And we'll go a bet set here. Again, live play, Victor, is one thing, but if I get used to throwing a certain weight dice here, that's going to throw off my mechanics and skew the things when I actually get to the casino. So, and that's where I don't feel that I'm wrong, but it is what it is. You know, you probably are right, and I'm totally wrong, but who knows? 6462, days out. And we got a 516. Now we have the 6 showing up quite a bit. That was a nice landing right at the end there. So unfortunately, that field bet's going to lose, but that's all right because we have enough on that 6 to cover things. So 5-1. And we're going to go back up $25 on that field bet. We'll put $25 on the 9. And again, we got 6462. And all bet set. 23 people on Crapsee. You got 20 people watching live, 13 likes, and days out. Ooh, we went a little bit long on that. We got midnight. OMC craps, all the dots, all the spots. And that actually works out well for us on that field bet because that's going to pay out double. And that means we're going to bring a little bit of a profit back because that was our second hit, which will bring us all the way across. We're going to bring our bets down now. We're going to go 160 across. And we have 263 brought back to rack, 160 across. that if we took everything off the table today, we would have 209 in our rack. So that puts us at about what's $61 short of where we started. So we should be able to get that back pretty easily. 6462 is the dice that we're going to stick with. All that's set. Dice off. That was a primary, by the way, that last roll on 10. Isn't normal, but we'll take it. Here we go. And we have a 2-2 hard for the fuzzy hard for, or 2-2 is going to cruise with Brian from Holy Roller. So that's going to be a single pitch weight on that right side. And that's going to be an implosion on the left side. So one dice off axis, that is normal for me. 6462. And that's going to allow us to go to $50 on that 4. 24 people on Crapsee right now. 312 brought back to the rack. 185 on the table. And we'll all bets set here. They saw it. They split apart a little bit when they left the fingers. We have a 5-3-8, the great 8. And that's going to be a winner 8. Just had a spider walking across my table. Sorry, we just had a spider kill on YouTube here. Use the edge of my stick there and we wiped them clean. So we're going to be coming out looking for a new point here. Let's get our dice set for 6462 dice set. And we're going to pressure that 8 up to $42 right away. And then we're going to turn all of our box numbers off. So we're going to be not working on the come out. Again, we're not doing any line bets. We have 347 brought back to rack, 197 on the table. And we would now be in profit by $23 for the day if I took everything off the table here. Dice out. And we'll go all best set here. 6462. Dice out. And we have a 6-4-10. That is Waylon's best friend on that end, Daddy Joe. So it's marked the point of 10. And that's going to be a primary on top on that left side and an implosion on the right side. So one dice off axis, no more result. And all of our box numbers will be turned back on again. We're sticking with the 6462 dice set here. And that's a set. Oh, that's set. And I know dice set. We got a shooter here. So roll number 10 coming up. Dice out. Yeah, 347. So we got to the double digits, not by much. We got there. So that means that we're just starting to warm up here, and hopefully things will continue on. That is going to be a warning sign on that cousin 2 set. We'll keep an eye open on that. So net profit of $150 on that shooter. They brought us back some. We're still going to be down $100 and about $74 somewhere around there for the day, which we can easily get that back. 6462 is what we're going to stick with. Again, no line bets here. And all bets set. Dice out. So we had 24 roll quality points on that last roll. First roll, we had 10. And here we go. Remember, we're tied to the cross 6 to 7 for 2,000 throws. The left one came in kind of hot. The right one kind of came in hard in. We had a 549, R9, Big Daddy Mac. So let's mark the point of 9. It's the second Big Daddy Mac that we've thrown for the day. So we're seeing some dice results, some repeats here. Out of 20 rolls, 8 of them have been either a 6 or an 8. I'm not really sure where to get the Yuri book either, Navaldo. So 6-4, 6-2 is a dice set. And we have a point set, so we're going to go 220 on the inside. 50 on the 5 and 9, 60 on the 6 and 8, all bets set, dice out. The Yuri toss, though, is a toss that is not, you can't use it all the time because there's a lot of bets on the table. It's really hard to do that Yuri toss without running into things because you're kind of, I call it doing a dribble down the table with the dice. And that's one of my tosses that I practice as well. Dice out. Wow. I don't know if you guys saw that. The left one stuck. It was on a 6 on top. The right one went off the back wall, came in, popped that on top, and turned it over to a 2. So we got 2, 3, 5. So it's that'll be our first hit. That was kind of a strange thing. I wish I had slow motion on here so I could watch that again. That was really weird. Well, he said that left one sucked, the right one popped back and jumped on top. So we're going to go to $85 on that 5 and 9. And we'll call it all bet set here. We're going to go with, again, with 6-4, 6-2. And dice out. Dice crossed again, and we have another 4-1-5. So that is perfect. We're going to get all the shooter right away again. Single pitch away on that left side, double pitch on the right side, single pitch of the dice ultimately, both dice on axis. And we're going to pull our bets down. We're going to go to $40 on the 5 as well as 48 on that 6 and 8. So let me get those set up quick. And then we're going to go with $25 on that field. And we will call it all bets set. 189 brought back to the rack, and we have 161 on the table currently. 6264, and I'm not really reading many of the longer chats here, guys. I will read that after I'm done here. It's hard to read longer chats and try to throw the dice at the same time and focus. So the 6-4, 6-2, dice out. A little short on the landing zone. We got a 5-1-6. That is the KitchenAid mixer. So let's make that 6. Actually, we lose that field on the 6. We're going to go back up on the field for $25. We'll put $25 on the 9. 20 brought to the brack. 186 on the table. Again, 6-4, 6-2. And all bets set. Ooh, I veered over to the corner, but we got lucky. 628 Duracell 8. Call it support free live content. And give that thumbs up. As Duracell says, we're appropriate. That's going to be a primary on top on that left side. That's going to be a single pitch away on the right side. So ultimately, single pitch of the dice. That was an 8. So we are going to bring our bets down. Now we're going to go 160 across. We're going to be on step number 5 here. Our start of step number 5 going forward. So 251 brought back to the rack, 160 on the table. Again, if I took everything off the table right now, we would actually be up $77 from our start. We lost everything right now. We would be down about $90 or about $83, I think it is. So 6462. That's out. That's out. A little bit long again on the landing zone. 6410. That is Waylon's best friend Wayne and Big Ben. So that's going to be a primary on top on that left side. That's going to be an implosion on the right side. One dice off axis, no result for me. And we're going to go to $50 on that 10 now. 300 brought back to the rack, 185 on the table, 6462. And all bets set. Let's go dice out. And we have 538, the great 8. So we're sticking on that 6 and 8 theme today. Seven out of 26 rolls has been an 8. And 4 out of 6, or the 26 have been a 6. So we have 11 out of 26 rolls. Almost half of the rolls have been a 6 or 8. So we're going to go to, what was that? We threw an 8, so we're going to go to $42 on that 8. I took everything off, would be at 24.31. So that puts us about $118 under goal right now. So let's see if we can hit goal on this shooter. That would be perfect. 6462 is the dice set. And I'll bet set. Dice out. Slightly shorter landing zone there. We got ace deuce Alfredo sauce. We threw a couple of those already today. And that's the double pitch on that left dice, single pitch away on the right side. So this can be a single pitch of the dice, both on axis. Again, 6462. That did nothing for our bets. So we will go all bets set. We got 26 people watching. So we're slowly starting to filter up here. We got 26 people playing on Crapsee as well. So yeah, all bets set. Dice out. They split apart. We have a 2, 3, 5, the Justice 5. That is our first Justice 5 for the day. So that's going to be a drift right of the dice. Just both dice off axis. Let's go to 6462 dice set. That was a 5. So we're going to pressure that 5 up to $35. And we're going to go all bets set here. 370 brought back to the rack. 207 on the table. And dice up. And we have a 5-3-8, another great 8. Eights are coming on strong. This cross sixes set, I either do a lot of 6s and 8s or I don't do hardly any at all. It's just pretty cool, actually. That's a second Justice 5. I'm sorry, Jen. I bow down to you, Jen. That is awesome. Anyway, we got an 8 on that one. We're going to go to $60 on that 8. That's a 3-unit increase there. 419 brought back to the rack. We got 225 on the table. And we are, if we took everything off, we will be, what is that? 15, 25, 20, $4 short of goal. So I'm not going to say it, but it is what it is. 6462. And we'll go all but set here. Dice out. A little bit long on the lens, though. Oh, we got lucky. We got 314. That is the Big Joe from Craps Master Journey. And I do believe, knock on wood, I do believe that that may be our goal for the day. Let's see if we hit goal. If anybody's hit goal already, make sure you put that into the chat. So that puts us at 2564. And that puts us at $25 over goal. So we're bringing those damn bets down. Let's go $15 on the field and see if we can start building up from there. So either way, we made goal at $15. Actually, if I was the loser right now, we'd be exactly at $25.49 for the day. So that's awesome. Thank you, Wattager. Now we're going to go 6-4-6-2. So we have got 11 wins and 4 losses so far on our roll since we started this new table here. And all bet set. Dice out. That's the secret to this blue collar crap style is make your goal, get off the damn table before the casino has a chance to get the money away from you. Dice out. And we got a 4-6-10 as Waylon's best friend on it and Big Ben. So that is perfect because that is going to give us a win on that field bet. And now what I could do is I could start spreading across. And that's going to be a primary, and a single pitch on the left die. I'm not even thinking straight here. And a primary on top on that right die. Get to that Crapsee. That's going to be a win for us. So let's do this one. So let's put, I'm going to dip into my goal a little bit here. We're going to go $18 on a 6, $18 on an 8. We'll take that field off. So if we do lose, we'll be down $6, which I'll still consider that goal for the day. 6-4-6-2. And we're going to start building up from here, hopefully. And dice out. And we got a 167. So I took a chance. Lost that $6, but that's all right. 6-4-6-2 is a dice. So we have a 167 for the result. That was a double-digit roll, so that's good. 167. And we'll call that a win for the day. So what it's saying is, at least on the last row, it looks like my left die, I'm guessing, it's hard to see behind that low one, is dropping below my right. And that might be a twist of the dice or when I'm releasing it. That is not intentional. So that's a good catch. And that's something I will definitely keep an eye open on for. So I'm going to try to get that $6 back. And this is where I'll probably get myself in trouble here. But we'll go all bets set here. No line bets. And this will be shooter number 5 for the day. We're 39 minutes into the program. 6-4-6-2, and dice out. And we have a 6-5 mid-mo yo. That is a Cheeto coming to us from above. Pass line winner come out natural. So I saw that on that one also. Wattage, the left die was a little bit lower than the right die. That is not intentional. I'm not really sure why that's coming out that way. We'll have to figure that one out. 6-4-6-2. But like I said, that is a good catch. But my pushback will be now is if it does that, but it's consistent, it probably wouldn't be a big deal. But if that's different than the norm, then yes, that is a big deal, something that needs to be fixed and worked on with mechanics. So if I have to guess, what's happening is my left finger is not releasing evenly as what the rest of my fingers are. So my left one's actually going a little bit slower, would be my guess. But that still was off. You said it looked better, but it still was off than what it was, I would assume, from that other one, or from what my norm is. 6-4-6-2, looking for a point here. Dice out. And that one was much better. We got Magic Aces, 1-1-2, another pass line loser, but that is at a primary on the bottom side. On both dice. So that's going to be one end of the book in there. So you're not saying it's the release, it's on the set. Once I grip the dice, I'm placing the fingers. Actually, they're all the same. They should be the same. What I do when I set my dice, and I'll go through this really quick with everybody. I set the dice. I take my my thumb and my index finger, and I push them together so they're even this way. And I'll take my ring finger and I'll push the dice in tight, so that way they're tight. Then I'll take my middle finger and my thumb and I'll place it. Then I'll place the index and the ring. And then again, I use that pinky to push the dice in tight there. That's how I normally set the dice. But we'll go all about side here. And then the only thing that I do find a variation of sometimes is when after I grip the dice, sometimes my index finger or my ring finger's down a little too far. So that's the one that I do normally have to adjust. So I'll show you after this throw, I'll show you a little cheat for that. Dice out. And we got a 4-5 hard 9 Big Daddy Mac. So it's marked a point of 9. I'll show you a little cheat on setting up your grip. And this is something that George from CY does a lot of times when you watch his show, but he's also talked about this many times for setting your dice. So get your set in. And then what you want to do is take your fingers, your front 3 fingers, and just push them straight down into the table. And that'll give you a straight line on those fingers. So you just remember that. So when you set the dice, when you grip the dice, you can keep that same setup so they're straight across. So that's something to kind of think about. We only need to make $6 back. So let's go down to level 2 on our bets. So we're going to go to 66 on the inside. So it's $15 on the 5 and 9, 18 on that 6 and 8. We'll call it all bets. That's 23 people still playing along. Got 21 people watching, 16 likes. Please consider giving me that thumbs up there whenever you get the opportunity to do so. And dice out. Ooh, that was a high floater. 5, 6, 11, mid-mo yo. That was not a normal throw. I'm not going to really analyze that one too much. So hopefully some of that stuff makes sense. So wattage to make go. That's awesome. And 6-4, 6-2. Looking for an inside hit here. And dice out. Anybody else make go? If you did, put it in the chat, please. It's crossed on us. Another 6-5 mid-mo yo. Maybe I should be betting that field bet. That time the dice crossed before they hit the back wall. So primary on top on that left die and a signature torches on the right die. 6-4, 6-2. Now that's set again. Again, looking for inside numbers. So let's see if we can hit that inside number here. Let's focus on this. That was a repeater win on that 11, by the way. Dice out. That left one stuck. But we got a hit. We got a 5-1 KitchenAid mixer. Left one stuck and kind of popped to the right a little bit. That was a little bit of a weird landing. So that's going to put us back at goal again. So I'm going to take all my bets down. I'm not going to play around with anything. I'm just going to keep that win goal. Go to the cage, cash out, color up. Yeah, I'm going to keep on rolling for you guys. Let's see if we can get a monster roll going here. 6-2, sorry, 6-4, 6-2. All my bets are down. Our goal today was to get the 25.49. We're at 25.64. So we are actually $15 over goal. So if I really wanted to, I could go $15 on the field and get kind of play around with that. Let's do that once. Well, let me see what that puts us at. $15 on the field will bring us exactly down to goal. So I'm gonna do that because I want to have some money in play here. All bets set. Face out. And 617. Wow. Okay. So that's going to be the end of my betting for the day, but we're going to go one more shooter here. It's a 7. Ouch. So we are at goal. We're not going to do any bets anymore, but we're going to construct it up as a win for the day. 6-4, 6-2 is what we're going to stick with. And that was a 7-4. So we still had 54 real quality points on that one, though, because that repeater 11. Shooter number 4, we had 40 roll quality points, which is a 13 roller. All bets set here and dice out. 6-4, 6-2. And we got a 415, the trucking camper. That'd be Brian after crapping camper. And that's going to be a single pitch away on that left die. Double pitch on the right, single pitch of the dice ultimately. Again, I'm not going to do any bets here. We may go, so I'm just going to play along here, shoot the dice, and get some practice in. And we'll call it all bets set and dice out. So I can honestly say that this is the first time we went to level 4 and we actually made goal. Level 4 was been a tricky level for me on the Crapsee Journey thing because we go up to 220 on the inside. And if you get a short roll, that 220 really is a big hit on the bankroll. So that's something that we need to make sure that we have a good shooter or a warmed up shooter before we go to that level. We have a 628, the Duracell 8. Call it support free live content. Give that thumbs up, and I'm going to add in to give a subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, if and only you like the content that you're seeing here. So that was an 8, 628. From here on top on the left side, there's a single pitch away on the right side. So single pitch of the dice. And we'll go again, 6-4, 6-2. And all bets set. That's out. 22 people on Crapsee, 21 people watching, 19 likes, and shooter number 6. And we had another mid-mo-yo, 6-5-11. So some reason I'm stuck on that variation. And again, remember, lately we've been stuck on, and this is actually a good thing, we've been stuck on 3 to 4 numbers that have been our primary numbers that we've been rolling for the day. And today we have our primary numbers are going to be we actually have 4 of them today. Actually 5 of them really. So we're kind of a lot of inside numbers and just a few outside numbers. We've hit every number at least once today, though, so that's a rarity. That's something that normally doesn't happen for me. Except normally I've been hitting a lot of inside or box numbers lately. So base out. And we got a 134 Big Joe from Craps Master Journey. That's going to be a double pitch on that left side, as well as a explosion on the right side. 1 dice off axis, no more results. 6-4, 6-2, cousin 2 set. So we switched to cousin 2 set about halfway through. But anyhow, that table build this weekend did some extra things. I should hopefully have that video out on Sunday. I have it probably 2/3 of the way edited. In fact, I did a lot of the table build for this video a couple weeks ago, and I took some time off. First of all, because I kind of got burnt out on it, but also because I ran into some snags that I had to figure out a solution for. And I think, knock on table wood, I hope that I figured out the solution and that it works out for us. But we'll find out in a couple videos if it actually did work the way I hoped it will. 6-4-6-2. And if it didn't work out, we're going to figure it out. We have Magic Aces, 1-1-2. Primary on the bottom side of both dice. So now we've got one of the bookends down. We need that 3 and 6 for the small. We haven't thrown a tall or small for a while, which we were throwing them quite often there for a little while. But again, our numbers have been really focused lately, so we really haven't had a chance to hit a lot of those talls or smalls or even the all. I don't think I've hit the all for probably a couple weeks now. But 6-4, 6-2. But we've definitely hit enough of one side or the other throughout this last couple weeks. So the left one took off on us 257. So we're going to call wraps right there, I believe, for the day. That left one took off a little erratically. Get this entered into Crapsee, and we're going to go through our statistics for the day. Remember, we did make go. We did not put any money on this last shooter. All of our rolls, if you look at them, except for one of them, have been average or better. So we had a 3 on that second shooter, but we had a 6, a 6, a 7, a 10, and a 13, enough to get back our losses back and to make go for the day. SOR today was a 7.5. SRR was a 6.4 with a 1 come out 7 today. Box numbers are a little bit low today. Inside numbers expected. 4s and 10s are low. Come out 7s low. Horns were high today, as well as the field being expected. Hardways are low. So everything is kind of on a low average there today. Obviously, that strong number, if you look at the chart, is going to be the 11 and the 8. 7s are a little bit below what we're supposed to do. Wattage says he was up 558 for the day. Let's look at our black belt statistics through the end of last week. So last week, Friday is where this ended off with. Wrong thing here. Let me check. Let me switch over quick and get the right page up. There we go. So we've got we've got black belt statistics here on 4,460 throws for the black belt so far, and this is again through the end of last week, Friday. SOR of 9.52, SRR of 6.65, and a BSR of 6.63. So I do appreciate everybody for coming in and watching the show today and participating, especially for playing along with Crapsee. Now, make sure that you do come back tomorrow, same time. And hey, my name is Joe. This is my Craps Master Dice Shooting Journey. Let's make it yours too. Everybody have a goals. Be safe and be prosperous.